What's good, Shellitronnn here, the most smoke, no joking. I'm back at it again with a brand new video, and I'm gonna keep it a Bowberry Biscuit, man. I'm a little bit late to this, but I only just now realized and saw that Bill Voth replied to my post to him about on his Bill Voth was it Grill Bill segment. Now, if you don't know who Bill Voth is, he's a digital reporter for the Panthers, and he has this segment he calls Grill Bill, where he allows fans of the Panthers to talk to someone who's actually internally connected to the franchise and the organization, and he can answer a few questions with a insider perspective. And it's a pretty cool little concept to have a connection between fans and someone in the organization. And people ask a lot of questions to him, things about like DJ Moore's contract, why hasn't he signed yet? And he was like, yeah, well, half the rookies haven't signed yet. There's a whole thing about getting the numbers right and things like that. So it's not a big deal that DJ Moore hasn't signed yet. This is as of, I think, June 7th or June 8th. But there's a lot of different questions. But let's go on to PIP right now, because I had a question that I asked him, and it was about Torrey Smith. I said, what is the perception of Torrey Smith in the locker room being so outspoken about Trump and the new anthem rules as a new guy on the team? And can we expect an increase in relevant community programs / interaction from him and the organization? And if you guys don't know, which I'm pretty sure you guys have to know, but Torrey Smith is a new guy we just picked up in this offseason. I mean, he's going to be really good for our team, honestly. But he's been very outspoken about the new anthem rules, about Trump, about social injustice. And as a new guy, when you're a new guy somewhere, either whether it's a job or you just get to any kind of social interaction kind of place, and you're the new guy there. Most times you don't want to ruffle any feathers, you don't want to cause any waves. But Torrey Smith came to Carolina, and he's been immediately very outspoken about these things that he feels passionately about. And honestly, I like this kind of thing from a new guy, from anyone really, because it's something that needs to be talked about. And if you watch my video about what I think about the new anthem policies, you may have gotten a kind of a skewed opinion of what I thought, because I said I didn't have a really big problem with it as long as people were doing things outside of the games to try to shift public policy, have community programs, and actually talk to people in those situations and try to make a difference there. Because the whole reason for the protest was to bring attention and to start a conversation. And so when you start a conversation, I mean, there's going to always be people who agree with you, people who disagree with you. So I think the people who agree and will have a positive reception to the sort of things that were trying to be addressed by the protests are going to be the ones who are going to obviously try to be a part of and try to help with the community programs and that kind of thing. So I think that now the time is to put action behind the protest. And if you still want to protest, I have no problem with that. Stay in the locker room and protest. Come out on the field and protest. I have 100%. I'm 100% behind anyone who does either of those things. But I think now is you've made sure that literally everyone knows what the protest is about, and no one can say they have no clue whether it's about this or it's about that. So I think that honestly, right now for Torrey Smith to be this outspoken, I just want to see more actual, I think, tangible changes and tangible things that we can see in the community from both as an individual and honestly as an organization. I think it'll be really cool that after having this big negative event in our franchise happen over this past offseason, the sell of the team and Jerry Richardson and all this stuff, it'd be kind of cool to be kind of on the forefront amongst teams in the NFL, and for David Tepper to be as a new owner to show, look, we have this kind of standpoint on these issues, and we want to be at the front and make it 100% clear that we stand with our communities and people who are disenfranchised or otherwise, disadvantaged as just regular citizens. So I think Torrey Smith doing this kind of thing is great for the team. And Bill Voth, he said I can't speak to the locker room, but I imagine his messages are welcome. The thing about Smith is that he's not just a talker. He's out there doing things, getting things done, or at least trying to. Cameras haven't caught him in the community, but yes, you can expect an uptick in that kind of coverage on our platforms. So I have a really good feeling about how this season's going to go and how perception of the Panthers as a whole is going to be for this year. Because, football, wins and losses, it's just a game. But this stuff is real. And when the game's off at 4:15 on Sundays, on the East Coast at least, when the game goes off, you have to go back to your real life. And there are people who can escape for 3 hours and to watch a game. But this is a very real reality for some people dealing with these kind of things. So I think that this is just as important, if not actually much more important than the game. And if you have a platform to create change, or at least spark something that will start change, I think you should at least try. So I'm really cool with this. Torrey Smith has my respect, man. But what do y'all think, man? What do you think about Torrey Smith being so outspoken? What are your thoughts on? I know I'm gonna get. I might regret this. But what are your thoughts on the anthem rules and on players being outspoken and continuing to protest? Let me know in the comments below, or at my Twitter at Shellitronnn. Same as the channel name, bro. You already know to do that like button. I got a button right here, subscribe. A button right here for you to watch more videos. Namaste. Back sooner than you think.